the only thing prohibiting transit in the Straits right now is Iran shooting at shipping. It is open for transit should Iran not do that.
I thought today was pretty telling. And in particular, let's look at this. Because, guys, a major component of Trump and the war has been his insistence that Iran is like already beaten.
I mean, for them, it's a war. For us, it's turned out to be easier than we thought.
Oh, yeah.
We've won. Let me tell you, we've won. You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we've won. It's an excursion. For them, it's a war. For us, too easy. We've won. It was over in the first hour. Completely obliterated. The whole thing is done, right? It's over. Oh, okay, Trumpy. It's over, right? Well, then gas prices and oil prices should be coming down, right? Oh, shit. No, the oil prices keep going up. Okay, well, why? Because the Strait of Hormuz. Well, look at this. Many countries, especially those who are affected by Iran's attempted closure of the Hormuz Strait, will be sending warships in conjunction with the United States of America to keep the strait open and safe. We have already destroyed 100% of Iran's military capability, but it's easy for them to send a drone or two, drop a mine, or deliver a close-range missile somewhere along or in this waterway, no matter how badly defeated they are. See, homie doesn't quite understand what 100% means, right? I mean, dude, if it was 100%, they wouldn't be sending anything, right? I mean, he is so cooked, dude. But even though Iran has no military capability left, they still have some drones and some mines and some close-range missiles, right? Hopefully, look at this. Hopefully, guys, China, France, Japan, South Korea, the UK, and others that are affected by this artificial constraint will send ships to the area so that the Hormuz Strait will no longer be a threat by a nation that has been totally decapitated. In the meantime, the United States will be bombing the hell out of the shoreline, continually shooting Iranian boats and ships out of the water. One way or the other, we will soon get the Hormuz Strait open, safe, and free. But guys, this whole tweet is like a waving of a white flag. I mean, think about it, guys. If they destroyed 100% of the military capability, if they really decapitated the nation, then they would have control over the Strait of Hormuz. But they don't. Iran was still pumping missiles into many different countries in the Middle East. Iran has still been gutting the Strait of Hormuz, and they have not been able to get shit through there. Okay? Iran is not decapitated. Their military is not 100% destroyed. And in fact, Trump is begging, hopefully, these other countries will send some ships. He's like begging for help, right? From all those countries that he fucking pissed off, by the way. He has literally spent all of his time alienated all of our allies. He shit on every single ally we have. And now that he can't get the Strait of Hormuz open, he's like, oh, hopefully you guys will, hopefully you'll help me. Because I'm going to be nice to you now until this thing's over. And I'm going to go back to shitting on you. I mean, 100% destroyed. But please, hopefully, come on, UK, please. Japan, France, China, send a ship. South Korea, help us. Help us with some ships, please. Because we can't get the Strait of Hormuz open. I mean, think about this, guys. You ready? Think about this. If they had brains, if we really had an objective, we would have hit Iran and we would have already been ready in the Strait of Hormuz. We would have, like, obviously the number one objective would have been keeping Hormuz open, which meant we would have hit Iran in a strategic way that would have allowed us to control Hormuz, and we would have, like, kept the flow of the ships. That would have been baked into that initial objective. But it was like, no, we hit Iran and thought, oh, it's going to be over. And it's like, oh, shit, they started bombing everybody. Now they're blowing up Dubai and Bahrain, and now everything's in chaos. And we're like, oh, fuck, what do we do now? All right, we're going to bomb some more. And they're like, oh, shit, now they're burning oil tankers. Now the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Now oil's $110 a barrel. And it's like, dude, and you know, like we were not, you know, we were not thinking, dude. we were not thinking. Now, guys, if you look at this, so here's the Strait of Hormuz, okay? The Strait of Hormuz is right here. Now, you have the Persian Gulf, okay, that feeds all of these countries, okay? You have Iraq, Kuwait, right, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. Everything is attached to the Persian Gulf. But like this area, this is like the area in question that is like super dangerous because you have to navigate this turn to get out of there, okay? And so this is the area that is like they're making it like nearly impossible to pass. And I mean, guys, it's pretty small here. It is one of those things, guys, where you know, boats have to, they need a little more space. Man, these big oil tankers and shit, they're pretty cumbersome. So they're slow and they need a lot of space because they're really hard to turn those things. And once they get moving, if they're like heading toward each other, it's pretty hard to stop those things. I mean, they don't turn on a dime like a fucking, you know, like a sports car. It's, you know, pretty easy for them to prevent shit from going on here, you know? But so Karg Island is all the way back here. And apparently they were like slamming the shit out of Karg Island. So they're basically trying to get Iran to heal. They're trying to get, I mean, that's just it, guys. That's a lot of the U.S. technique here is the U.S. is just trying to like, man, if I attack so overboard, if I hit them so hard, they're going to give up, right? Like even they said, oh, we want them to say uncle. But guys, I feel like Iran is not really worried about this shit too much. I feel like Iran is really, they're already suffering. I mean, with the sanctions and all the bullshit that they've had to deal with, I feel like Iran's already suffering. They're not going to be afraid of a little more suffering. I mean, we have literally applied every type of pressure and negativity we can to the point of where I don't think they really mind it anymore. I don't think they're worried of like, ooh, they're going to suffer. I think they're fine with suffering. That's really what I think. I think they're fine with suffering. And I think that that's a big problem for Donald Trump and his, you know, joy boys, because they think if they make them suffer, they're going to give in. And I think Iran's like, you know what? We're suffering anyway. So we're going to stay here while we're suffering and still be defiant and like, fuck you. I feel like Iran has the more honest investment in this thing. And I'm not going to judge because I think the Iranian regime is terrible. But I also think the Trump regime is terrible. But I believe that Iran have a more genuine incentive in this fucking war. We have no incentive to win this war because we're not going to make out great either way. Even if we win this war, it's still going to be further conflict. There's going to be a zillion unanswered questions, further instability. We've spent a whole bunch of money we're never going to recoup. We don't have a clear victory or end with this war. Whereas with Iran, they're sick of being bullied and pushed around by Israel. They're sick of American intervention, and they literally have the incentive to fight us to the death because their world is already horrible Like, they are fighting to get us weak enough to where we leave them alone and get the fuck out of there. So they're like fighting for their own homeland. And we're like, we don't even know why we're there. And we're trying to not overcommit. And you know, Trump is trying to avoid the Epstein files, and oil companies are trying to get some free oil. And the reason for this war for us is just not very deep. We're there for very superficial bullshit, non-essential reasons, and they're fighting for their fucking life. And so that's always a really bad situation. My dad was a brawler. He was a big time fighter. And he used to teach me some things about fighting. And let me just say, guys, the person with like more to lose is usually the one that has the bigger fight in them. When you have one party in a fight that's got everything to lose, and the other party in the fight is just sort of in the fight because, that's never a good situation for the because guy, okay? It's just not. And I mean, that's what happened to us with Vietnam as well. You had a country that was literally fighting for their survival, and then you had the Americans who were like, we're not even sure what we're doing over here, but we're going to try to win this thing, even though we're not exactly sure what winning even looks like. That's a real dangerous situation for America to be in, guys. And so that's the thing that makes me nervous about this, guys, is I feel like Iran actually has a lot at stake. They have real defined goals, and they have a real reason to be taking this fight, especially now that we killed all their leaders and are trying to gut them and kneecap them. And we are like, we don't even know why we're there, really. And that like lack of a clearly defined goal and a clearly defined victory is real dangerous for us. I mean, they can't even define like what's a victory. Like if you said to Trump, tell me what a victory scenario looks like, I don't think he has that answer.
I'm doing something about it. And I had to take an excursion. We had the greatest economy in history. We still do. Oh, this will bounce right back. When it's over, and I don't think it's going to be long, when it's over, this is going to bounce right back so fast.
When are you going to know when it's over?
When I feel it.
Okay.
I feel it in my bones.
Will you ask anybody in particular? Would that be some of these a joint decision?
Well, I deal with people. I have great people.
Dude, when will you know it's over? When I feel it. When I feel it in my bones. That's not good, guys. That means he doesn't even know when, right? Like, he doesn't even know what the objective is. There is no objective, just, oh, when I feel it in my bones. Yikes, bro. You know, that's bad. We do not have a clearly defined objective. Iran does. That's bad for us. So, yeah, it just makes me nervous. You know, I feel like if we get out quick, maybe we can avoid that. But if we get entangled, this could be very bad for America, okay? It could be very bad, guys. If we get entangled, it could. I'm telling you, man. Like, when you don't have a clear objective, this is the same shit we had with Vietnam, guys. We lacked a clear objective, guys. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.